Hi, I'm Jaana Rehnstrom from the Kota Alliance, an organization for gender equality and women's empowerment. As a gynecologist and human rights activist, I think Finally Girls Matter is a wonderful name for a campaign to end the old tradition with the same acronym, FGM, female genital mutilation. Even though this custom predates both Christianity and Islam, it's felt by many people, particularly in the high prevalence countries of sub-Saharan Africa, to be a religious imperative, or at least a cultural one, and also in the woman's best interest because she is then marriageable. In the past, and perhaps in too many places still in the world, in order to survive, a woman has to marry. But as a gynecologist, I've seen firsthand some of the complications of this procedure, except the worst, the little girl bleeding to death in a dark hut somewhere in a rural village. Girls also die from HIV, passed down from a reused knife, or from tetanus from a dirty one. And women have died from obstructed labor during an unattended birth because the opening was too small to let the baby come out. There are many minor complications which are too numerous to go into detail about here. But even for those whose wounds heal, many suffer from psychological consequences of feeling violated and humiliated, and that something was taken from them which they can never get back. Some of them say they don't feel whole, they don't enjoy sexual relations, and it can be painful. Many get depressed, and this affects their functioning and their relations at home and at work. In a recent study from Kuwait, where 38% of pregnant women had undergone FGM, women who were circumcised were more likely to have an extended hospital stay at time of delivery. There was a positive association with prolonged labor, cesarean section, postpartum hemorrhage, early neonatal death, and hepatitis C infection. And psychological consequences included 80% having flashbacks to their FGM event. 58% had psychiatric affective disorders, 38% had other anxiety disorders, and 30% had post-traumatic stress syndrome. But fundamentally, the question of FGM is, even in its mildest form, is one of equality and human rights. How is it possible that because of your gender, you're violated as a child in a way that permanently diminishes or removes sexual pleasure, something you will never be able to even know what it might have been? And where the sexual relationship in its best form is one of give and take, how can partners ever be equal when one always gives and one always takes? In today's world, with education leading to employment and financial empowerment, there's no need to sacrifice a little girl's right to her own body to the idea that FGM is somehow necessary for survival. The time has come to speak openly about this procedure, recognize it as a human rights violation, and put an end to it in our lifetime. Thank you.